Hey, what's cracking, fam? All right, so I really couldn't get enough of that Michael Jackson joint. You know what I'm saying? It was just so much stuff that I had that I have to break off a part two real quick. This time we're gonna go more into like his romances, really, and his rivalry with Prince. So let's talk about it. But before we talk about it, I gotta tell you about DaddyFlirt.com, radio that lives up to its potential. Oh my God, we making a radio station that bangs as hard as any other one only is good for you too. So log on over there. You help support my work. You'll get exclusive content, exclusive prizes, all kind of stuff like that over there too. So yeah, log on and help raise the vibe. Meanwhile, let's get into this whole Michael Jackson thing. All right, first we're gonna start off with him having a thing for Diana Ross, and that actually led me to some place a little unexpected, and I'm going to take you on that journey with me. So, first off, this is a recording, I guess it's a secret recording or something. This recorded phone call of Michael Jackson, recorded without his knowledge, is circulating online with him admitting it took him years to get over Diana Ross and that she had his nose wide open and that he was deeply in love. Let's get it.
I want to be with someone. I want to know what a relationship is all about before I die. Can you understand that, Chris? My brothers have been married. My brothers have had girlfriends. I really haven't had that. How long? I mean, how long did it take you to get over Diana? Years. A hell of a long time. I just want to know what it's like, Chris, to have a real relationship with someone who doesn't want me for me. That I don't have to look over my shoulder all the time. That doesn't have an ulterior motive? Yes. I don't want to die without knowing about this. Having a real relationship with a woman or being involved. I was involved, but we never did it. We never really had a way. But that was your decision. That wasn't hers. The girlfriend had my nose wide open. Okay? She could grab a cut through my nose. That is the craziest. The black bag. The black bag. But I loved her so much. I would give her money, I would give her jewelry, I would give her a house, a car, whatever. But we never did enough. What about you think that attracted you was the fact that she was such a strong person and that she stood up for you against your dad and yeah, she was always there. Wasn't that a lot of the attraction? Because she's older than you. Oh yeah. And I was going on that, like, have my nose wide open, and I didn't want to believe what was really going on. I wanted to experience what I haven't experienced before, ever, having a relationship with someone. You never had. I think everybody wants it. Well, I haven't. Okay. And that's what I want. You know, I know I'm not going to be here very long. I love you every first time my tree shot me towards me. You're pushing 34, my dear. Yeah.
Yeah, and I've never had that. So yeah, he did have his nose open for Diana. And apparently, I mean, according to this conversation, it sounds like he could have had sex with her, but he said no, which is another interesting point. Also, I wonder how true that is. That's
I want to be
interesting
with someone. I want to
because
know what a relationship is.
that goes into what I was going to play for you next. Interesting. Recording someone's conversation is so wrong. Poor Michael, he had no refuge. That part, yeah. Michael really had no true friends, recording conversations and then later selling to the press for a buyout. Yeah, that too. Diana was 15 years older than Michael and met him when he was 10. Why would she at 40 want to be with a guy who was in his 20s, wanted to play Twister and watch the Three Stooges? Yeah, if that's the kind of guy he was. Truth be told, every time I hear Michael speak, it seems like he talks like an angel. I never felt he would be an angry man for once, so soft and also confident. Yeah, you got to hear how he threw hands with Tupac. You might have a different opinion. Yeah, over Quincy Jones's daughter. But anyway, moving right along. Okay, so Flo Daddy is asking the question, was Michael Jackson groomed? And it's an interesting question. Initially, I would have said, yeah, probably that makes sense. But now, after hearing him say that he could have had sex with her, but he didn't, I'm not sure where I land on that. Let's see if we can start this from the beginning. You know how Instagram is.
At 33 years old, Diana Ross. Wait, I know they're not trying to tell me that Diana Ross groomed Michael Jackson. I just read an article, Michael Jackson's Troubling Bond with Diana Ross that inspired hits. So get this, according to this article, Michael Jackson, when he was a kid, it was Berry Gordy's idea when he first was signed to move in with Diana Ross, who was grown in Hollywood Hills. So she was like a mother to him, and it says she influenced Michael. During that time, it says she treated Michael like a son and became attached to him. Michael soon had a fixation with her. And then things get even crazier because what looked like a mother for Michael Jackson went from that to a full-blown love affair in 1977. So at 33 years old, Diana Ross, and Michael was 19, she insisted that Mike get a role in a movie that she had a role in, basically said she wouldn't do it without him. And that movie was The Wiz. Here's Mike playing the Scarecrow, and here's Diana Ross. But then it gets crazy. Now during this time, they started hanging out at Studio 54, and I heard it was all kind of shit going on there. Now, of course, there was times on set that Michael Jackson would have Diana, or Diana would spend the night at his house. And then, actually in 1981, according to this article, Michael proposed to Diana. She flaunted it, she was happy about it, but she didn't like the backlash of a cougar dating a young guy, old woman, young man. They called her the cradle snatcher. Now she tried, once Diana didn't like the way it was making her look, she tried to push Mike to date other people. But he only affirmed his love for her and wanted to marry her, called her the love of his life. And then Diana succumbed to the pressure and basically kicked Mike to the curb. And then she married somebody else. And it was at that point when Michael made Dirty Diana. And you know, Dirty Diana was kind of calling out groupie type acts. But then, even after that, he even reminisced and created Remember the Time. And according to this article, that was about Diana Ross. Do you remember the time? If Michael was 10 to 12 at the time he met her, that would make Diana Ross like 26. And from being a mother to what they went to, I think they call that grooming, but I don't know. Tell me, what do y'all think about that article? Do y'all think that shit is true? Because if it is, that's kind of weird, and I don't like it. What if I told you? Wait.
So yeah, I when I first heard it, when I first heard Flo Daddy reading this article, I said that makes sense with how the music industry is run, right? It does totally make sense. Barry Gordy's the big dog, Diana's the handler, you know what I'm saying? So it totally makes sense. But hearing this recording, I don't think I'm buying the grooming thing. I think that he did fall in love with her. I think he did love her. I think she did not like the cougar talk because I have like a I don't know, I want to call it like a akashic memory of that somehow. I kind of remember like something about that somehow, somewhere. 77, I was a kid, but anyway, yeah, so I don't know. What do you guys think? You think there was some grooming going on, or do you think it was it was all good? I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. I think it was probably all good. I think that's probably why he loved her. I think that's probably what makes more sense. I think it probably makes sense they try to ruin it and say that he was groomed because they've always been kind of spitting on his name and trying to tie him with pedophilia. So there's that also. Psyops within psyops, right? I don't know. I can't call it. Meanwhile, Stephanie Mills was the singer and actress who played Dorothy in The Wiz before when it was on Broadway. Diana Ross took the role when it came to the movies, and she was way too old to be playing playing Dorothy, which kind of makes sense now uh, that she would want to play Dorothy because she was dating Michael Jackson and kind of feeling herself. Holy shit. Anyway, which could all be my speculation. You know what I'm saying? It's just speculating. It's just bullshit. Anyway, Stephanie Mills used to actually date Michael Jackson, and her on dating Michael Jackson, Diana Ross rumors, and speaking out against Oprah for that documentary. Yeah, a lot of people, you could tell the ones that really had Mike's back, is all I'm saying. Like, and Steph, she was always down for Mike, and she never let it go. So let's get it.
And we got to talk about your first boyfriend because you was their first girlfriend, I should say. Michael Jackson,
Well,
is that true?
He was definitely my boyfriend.
I know
Now,
that's
whether
right.
or not he claimed me as his girlfriend,
Oh.
but I claim that nigga as
That's what I'm
I
talking
know
about.
that's right.
Claiming him.
Oh my! So wait,
That's funny that you said it because I read that you would frequently call him the N word.
Oh, absolutely.
Like, Nick, man, get.
And people would say, "How could you call the king of?" He wasn't the king of pop then. I mean,
Right.
he was, manifesting it. But I mean, Michael and I were friends. I stayed with him when he was filming the Wiz movie on Sutton Place, and he's not a pedophile. I don't want nobody talking about
That's
him.
right.
nobody
That's
here
right.
thinks that.
That's right.
Okay.
That's
So
right.
he was just a cool dude. He was just mild and cool.
But how did he keep the peace between you and because there's rumors that him and Diana Ross had something going on at the time. So you said many times that you love Diana Ross. Is that just for face?
No. I love Diana Ross, but we were never in the same place with Michael at the same time.
Well, he was a slick player then.
That's why she called him a nigga. Nigga, what's
Period, right? And
Oh, he used to just laugh. Oh, he thought that was so funny. Yeah.
I mean, let's talk about it though, because then you have the Wiz, right? Which
Right.
at that time was a very, very big deal. And one thing I'm gonna say, there's a lot of people that came out and sung Home, but ain't nobody sing Home like you sung Home. Like you got the ultimate version, okay? So now you sung Home
That's
better.
facts.
Okay. did you bring that up? Like, it never came up?
Diana, because we were into what we were doing. Diana never came up when I was with Michael.
That's
never
crazy.
once.
Wow. So how was it like dating him? Like, was he like, what was y'all first date like?
But it wasn't. Well, I'll say this. Our first date, he had an interview with Andy Warhol.
Okay.
And we went to that. I went to that with him. And then we went to a show at Radio City and we dressed alike. We had on brown velvet.
Twinning.
That was
I love it.
matching
We
outfits.
and see, the thing about it is I would tell Michael, I was like, I'm going to wear what you're going to wear and you're going to wear. I would tell him, like, we're going to match.
I'm sorry, that is the most hilarious thing in the world. Mike and Stephanie Mills stepping out together dressed alike. That's so 16 years old, right? Oh my God, that is so funny.
You know what I'm saying?
That's why
Yes.
I was one glove, because you wore one and he wore the other.
I was like, I don't know. I guess I was kind of bossy.
Yeah.
I love
I
it.
was bossy. I would braid his hair at night, and I cooked him some rice one time, and I didn't really know how to cook, but it was really watery. And he was like, he thought LaToya cooked it because LaToya was standing there. He was like, LaToya, this rice is watery. And she was like, I didn't cook it.
Right.
Stephanie cooked it, but he ate it anyway.
Obviously, you
Yeah,
got.
he was fun. He was
Yeah.
he was nothing like the media tries to make him, and it really broke his heart when they put all these charges against him.
Yeah,
And
Yeah,
he
man.
liked being around children because children didn't want anything from him.
that's right.
Mm-hmm.
They didn't
Ooh.
want. He had a lot of people in his pocket, and they wanted everything, but children didn't. They just wanted to have fun.
They were genuine.
Yes.
I like how you spoke out against Oprah and the things she was doing. That's
Okay, so again, when you see some of these clips together, it kind of lines up. because he was just saying about how he wanted a relationship where they didn't want anything from him. And then she's saying that's why he hung out with kids because he knew they didn't really want anything from him. And that's, that was Mike. That was his life. That's crazy.
As far as she was interviewing alleged victims or the family, and you spoke out and you basically said that she was wrong for doing
She
those
was
things.
wrong. She still is wrong. And I'll say it.
Yeah.
I'm not apologizing for it. Yeah. And I didn't like the way Gail was talking about Kobe when he just died and wanted to bring up, something that happened in the past. This man had just lost his life. If you want to ask Lisa Leslie about some mess in a hotel,
Yeah.
no.
Yeah.
I didn't like the way she did R. Kelly.
Have you ever had a conversation with them about what you just said?
No.
Before we move off of Mike real quick, and the fact that you guys are dated, obviously it didn't, move on into the future. But have you ever thought about how talented a child would be if y'all stayed together, got married, had kids?
Wow.
What kind of child would that be?
What kind of child would that? I should have stayed around and had a child.
Yeah.
That would have been a beautiful child.
Have you ever thought about that before?
Beautiful. I thought about it.
Okay.
I thought about it because when we went to the opening of the hotel and they invited everybody, Michael was there and he asked to see me, and I was performing, so I was doing the rehearsal, but I never went back to see him. I regret that. I should have went back to see what he wanted because maybe we would have had a baby then.
That's right. Oh, I know that's
Are you
right.
saying that could have been a day a child was made?
I mean, I don't know if this is a little too much, but I'm going to go ahead and push the button anyway. Was he good in bed?
He said,
Good girls never.
That's right. Good girls never tell.
All right. I'm so excited about this. But, okay, my last question about Michael Jackson. I'm sorry, because I know we have to move on. But did he write any songs about you? They said Dirty Diana was about Diana Ross. I don't know if that's true. But did he have any about you?
No, we were going to write together, but then something happened and we didn't write together.
Yeah.
And then I went on to have my career, and the only time I came back to Michael was when he did the Bad video, because my best friend choreographed the Bad video.
Wow.
Nice.
And I flew in to see them do the Bad video, and that was my first time when he had lightened.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's a cute little insight into the King of Pop. He liked girls. He didn't like kids. He was knocking it out with Stephanie for a little while while he was dating Diana. So, he was doing the thing. I mean, like, what do you say to that? I just think that's like cool for y'all to see. You know what I'm saying? So, I'm curious about what was going on with him and Elizabeth Taylor since he liked him older. This is just when Elizabeth Taylor surprised Michael Jackson by gifting him a huge elephant. And Michael also had a big surprise waiting for her. Their friendship. Was it friendship or was he like, Liz, let's get it?
One day I get this call from Elizabeth Taylor saying she wanted to come to the ranch. She flew out in this helicopter.
How are you? Hi. Is Michael out in front?
I knew by the tone of her voice that something was up, but I had no idea how big the surprise was. She came out this huge elephant.
I don't think there's a small elephant, Mike.
And it was unbelievable. And at first I was kind of scared because this thing is huge. Eventually, I got into it, feeding him carrots and stuff like that.
Look how pretty that is. Michael. Yeah, I
Great. Got a whole mouth.
Look at it. This is like a garbage can. This your foot? This your foot? Oh, bless your heart.
I love elephants. They're gentle giants, really. Elizabeth was dressed like a gypsy, and that's why we named the elephant Gypsy. It was
I don't believe in giving pets as gifts. That's giving somebody responsibility. That elephant now has to be fed and cleaned up after. And I don't, Mike ain't scooping up elephant poop, so I mean, don't get me wrong, he could afford it, but that's a bill right there. That's a bill right there. That costs more than your electric bill.
One of the best presents that I've ever gotten. I was so happy that day. It was a wonderful experience. But what Elizabeth didn't know, that I was planning a surprise for her also.
Oh my God! That's amazing! I love it! Oh, thank you! What's it made of, a carpet?
The gift that I gave Elizabeth to me was very unique. It looks like a painting, but it isn't.
Oh, that's incredible! I love that color.
It's a tapestry. This guy did it piece by piece.
And I wrote something on the bottom.
Oh.
I love you, Michael.
Oh, I love it.
You have a place for it? Maybe your Switzerland
No,
house?
I may have to build a house.
I think it was a shot from one of her movies.
I think it's fabulous.
You're welcome. No, you see that commercial you have out. It's beautiful.
Do you like it?
Oh, it's incredible.
Well, maybe you'll see one of my films one of these days then.
I knew you were going to. I'm seeing Virginia Wood this weekend.
Well,
I hope
congratulations.
seeing it today.
We have to explain the joke. The last film that Michael saw me in that he thought I was really wonderful in was a film called White Cliffs of Dover. And I was 9 years old. So he's going to see me as a grown-up.
Yeah.
He may never speak to me again. It's amazing.
It wasn't quite as big as Gypsy, but I think she liked my gift as much as I liked hers.
Super cute, right? I mean, I'm not even sure what to say about that. Super cute. So, yeah, he might have had a little thing for her, but
One day I get this call.
I don't know. I don't know. What do y'all think? Anyway, I just do remember that friendship. Anyway, okay, so let's get into this rivalry. Bam, let's get into this rivalry. Let's not start with the Prince side. Let's start with okay, yeah, let's start with the Prince side. Okay, so there was always this talk of a rivalry between Prince and Michael Jackson. And to hear Prince tell it, there was never really much of a rivalry. So we'll start off with Prince's side of the story. And then we'll move on to to the rest.
Beatles had the Rolling Stones. Elvis had Jerry Lee Lewis. Early on in your career, who was the guy that you looked at and said, "Oh, I got to get back in the studio"? Did you hear so and so?
Yeah.
Let's get in the studio right now. Who did that for you? Everybody's got somebody.
Well, contrary to what a lot of people might believe, it was never somebody who was my contemporary. It was always old
Got to be a
records.
contemporary.
Yeah, not really. I'm not gonna front today. I ain't gonna front. You'll be here tonight, right?
I'll be in.
Okay. All right. It's gonna be when I pick up Hair by Larry Graham.
Okay.
And you can ask Michelle and Digio cello, or Rhonda Smith, my bass player. Anybody, when they hear that, what do they want to do? It makes you want to pick up the bass again.
Okay.
And keep that going, because that's what made me want to play the bass. And if I do that, and that inspires me to do something that's cool, maybe some kid will pick the bass back up again instead of sampling Larry Graham.
Now, as a musician myself, I hear exactly what he's saying. There was never anybody that I thought was like my competition or whatever when I was like doing it. I mean, there were people that were in my category. I suppose they put me in the same category or something, but I never thought anybody was my competition, so to speak. So I understand what he's saying. On the other hand, there were projects that would come out that would make you want to rethink everything that you ever thought you were doing. All right, let's see. Soul to Soul, when they dropped that beat for Keep On Moving, the way that sounded, it just made you want to rethink everything that you were doing. Nirvana. I mean, like, that sound, like there were certain sounds that came out that just made you like, okay, I didn't even know that we could go there sonically. And we're going to have to do something about that. So I think he's being a little bit disingenuous, but at the same time, I hear where he's coming from. Because at the same time, that's what inspired you to make music was music. So hey, there you go.
Okay. You didn't have and cut it out or whatever. There was never like any rivalry between you and Mr. Jackson.
Not to me, no.
Okay.
I'm a musician. I live for that. I live for playing and creating songs. So that when you get a bunch of musicians around, they don't think of that unless you're talking about Larry Graham or Sly or somebody like that who actually puts their hands down on something.
Okay.
That's what's frightening to us. How did he put that note in that chord and then the bass harmonized in that place? It goes a lot deeper.
So you're on the road now.
Mm-hmm.
You're one of the greatest live performers ever.
Oh, I appreciate it. Thank you.
No, you really are. I mean.
Okay, so we're going to get a little bit more into Prince there, but that was him commenting on the rivalry. Now, to hear Teddy Riley tell the story, he's got a firsthand account that, about him with Mike, and he's going to tell us his version of the story. So let's check it out.
Oh, that's another thing.
That's the recording. I'm lost. Okay, wait a minute.
The James Brown concert.
Okay.
I was the first one with it.
Yeah, they spoke about this on the
from Michael. Before anybody even thought about it.
Right.
Michael told me everything. He said, it's, can I tell you about the time that Prince tried to run us off the road, me and my family? I was like, yes, tell me. I didn't say it that way. I was like, what happened? He's like, yeah, it's going to, no, can I show it to you? I was like, sure. What you going to show me? He said,
this is crazy.
He said, I'm going to show you. Look. He took the thing, he put it in, he pushed the VHS in. He said, after this, you can have it. He said, I have copies. I was like, okay. So he showed me it. He sat back, he's like, everybody, my friend's in the house. Michael Jackson, come up here, Michael Jackson. So he came up. Michael came up, he just like gave him a hug, did his thing.
Right.
Then he just killed it.
Mm-hmm.
Did the moonwalk, everything.
Mm-hmm.
And James was just like, wow, look at that boy go. Right? So
that's Michael co-signing it.
Then yeah. So Michael said, after he did his thing, everybody went nuts. Michael went and whispered in James Brown's ear and said, Prince is in the audience. He said, what? Prince is in the audience. Oh, I got somebody else out in the audience. He's a new artist. He said, Prince is in the audience. And Prince came up. And he was on the Bodyguards shoulder, on his back. Came up and everybody's like, first of all, you could have walked up there, but Prince, he could have walked up there. It would have been better received. Because everybody now is like, who's this motherfucker?
But this is before Instagram, though.
This is way before.
This is way before Instagram.
You got a VHS of this.
Yeah, but that's an Instagram moment. Let's go, VHS.
So Prince come up. Bodyguard bring him on stage. He goes his post, and Prince borrows the guitar from the guitar player. But he took his glove off. He took his glove off. He threw it in the crowd. They threw it back at him.
Oh, shit.
That was the first. And then he borrowed the guitar. Now, the guitar don't have no distortion because it wasn't rock music. It was James Brown music. So Prince was playing and he hit the note, you know. They play.
Not Purple Rain.
So he went.
No, he wanted it to keep.
He wanted it to scream.
Right.
And it didn't scream. He tried something else. Then he said, all right, let me just bust a move on you.
Teddy definitely picking sides here, right?
The whole thing. And the lick of the guitar. That's when I think that's when he threw the glove. I'm gonna look back at it. Okay. But that's when he threw the glove and they threw it back at him. Then next thing you know, everything he tried just didn't work.
Right.
So he said, just forget about it. I'm done.
Right.
I'm gonna get that nigga Michael. I'm gonna get his ass. Hey, check this out. He went to go get off the stage, so he didn't know that the light post was a prop. So he pulled the light post. The post came down with him. And the bodyguard, you know, kind of saved him, took him away. And Michael's in the back just laughing.
Okay.
You see what happened? He said, you know what happened afterwards? I said, what? He said, we was going out, my family was leaving backstage, and all we seen was a red Corvette, and it was Prince. He tried to run my whole family over. I said, you serious? He said, yeah. Yeah, he did. And it was on after that. That's when and you know, everybody went to Michael's side.
That's classic.
I gotta make sure.
I don't know.
And it was on after that. That is hilarious. That is the funniest story I've ever heard about Michael Jackson. That is hilarious. Prince too. Like, he tried to run him over. Nigga was so mad. Sore loser. Well, that's one thing that winners have in common, that they are sore losers. So I'll tell you that, right? But anyway, all that being said, log on to daddyflirt.com. Let me know your favorites, and I am going to leave you with that performance. I mean, Teddy, you know, he kind of hyped it up a little bit more. That it wasn't quite as bad as he said. Well, you know what? Actually, you're going to be your own judge. So James Brown brought Prince and Michael Jackson on stage together. All right, fam? I'll catch you on the next one.
Michael Jackson, Michael Jackson. Michael Jackson.